Tis the season to be jolly and of performance reviews. That anticipation of getting a pat on your back for work well done. That dread of getting a lot of constructive feedback to become better in the next year, or overall just making your career plans for the upcoming year. It is such an important milestone. Now, with everything careers and job search, you can leave it at the hands of your manager, or you can be in the driver's seat and absolutely take full charge of how do you drive your performance review. And in today's video, I'm going to help you with just that. I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips to have a successful performance review. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shub. I'm a Singapore-based career coach and job search strategist and a former corporate recruiter. Now, I do release new videos every Thursday, 9 a.m. with a deep dive conversation and a short weekly quick tips video on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Less than 2 minutes to give you actionable tip. So if you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel. Tip 1. Preparation and research. Look, if you haven't invested time, now is absolutely very crucial to get all your achievements documented. Look at the past year and see what all have you achieved. What are the specific metrics, not very generic on how well you did. How did you add value to the company? Have achievements listed down in a document so that your performance review is more on concrete facts rather than what everybody feels. Now, this also helps you because in case you happen to have a manager or management which is great with their polished corporate speak, but is just using similar lingo for almost everyone and kind of, just faffing their way through performance reviews, your concrete achievements are going to go such a long way in making a difference in how you come across in your performance review. So make sure that you have all your achievements documented. If you haven't already done this, please reach out to a few of your critical stakeholders and ask them how you have added value to them over this year and how you can do better. Again, these are things which will give you enough data to have really constructive performance review rather than everybody just scrambling and talking their way through in an assigned 30 to 45 to 1 hour conversation. So preparation and research is the key. If you can spend some time to tie your KPIs, your results to the organization's objective, you've hit gold. For example, if you came across with multiple ideas of new product launches, the company was going through a phase of consolidation and they just want to focus on the existing products, no matter how well you think that achievement is, it's not going to help you. However, if in the same scenario, you happened to come up with some ideas to increase market share of the existing product, that's something to be highlighted. And that's why this preparation phase is absolutely critical, because you can think through which achievements you want to highlight, which ones you want to let slide. Same thing for your areas of development as well. Look at what were some of the projects which may not have worked out. What did you do? What was the impact with the company? How have you learned from those projects as well? I'm not a big fan of volunteering this information in the beginning of the performance review, but you need to have them handy because there will be conversation about your development areas. My second tip is about bringing up promotion and salary increase. If you're looking at immediate promotion and salary increase, you've already missed the boat. I do have a video, it's a 8-minute video on how do you have this conversation, when to start and all. I'll link that with this video, so take a look at that. Now the conversation which you will have will help you to get that promotion and salary increase in the next year or in the coming months if your company is okay to have these reviews out of the regular performance review cycle. So please, you have to be your own champion. You have to let your manager know that you want that promotion, you want that salary increase. Just remember, for corporates, for managers, if you are not asking them for something, they assume that you're happy with whatever you have. Very rarely in today's world will a manager think, this person needs a salary increase. Let me just give it to them. You need to be able to start this conversation. Another thing you absolutely have to remember, you rarely get what you deserve. Mostly, you get what you ask for. So don't hesitate. Come up with your business case. Hopefully, in the preparation, the research phase, you have come up with enough achievements. And in this performance review, ask for your manager's help to be able to get that promotion or salary increase. Ask for specifics. So don't go with generic, oh, you should continue doing what you're doing. You need to ask them, look, what do I need to achieve in the next 3 to 6 months concretely to be able to seriously have this conversation and prepare my business case to senior manager? Around the 6 to 8 month mark into the year is when management starts having these conversations. Also, apart from KPIs, ask the manager who would be some of the critical stakeholders who would have a say in my promotion or salary increase, and start having your conversation with these people. So it's critical to get in the same team as your manager. Present a case on why your promotion is going to help him or her, help the organization, and of course, in the process, help you. Now let's look at addressing the areas of development. Look, you're not perfect. In fact, I would say your imperfection is your biggest superpower. So the key is when you're discussing your development areas, don't be defensive. The mindset you want to adopt here is curiosity. Now, before you diss me on that, I do understand that there are some managers who would say anything for areas of development. You may either be surprised that this came across as an area of development, or absolutely start laughing at how disconnected it is from reality in those scenarios as well. Be thankful they have some feedback and get even more curious. Ask them, do you have specific examples of where I've demonstrated this or not been able to do this? If you get a generic, I don't know, then you follow up with, I'm curious to see what led to the impression that this is happening. If there are no concrete examples, and they'll tell you what the source are. Maybe they've heard from their stakeholders or other teams and all. You now have a chance to present your side of the story as well. And then if they're just fluffing at this point in time, present concrete, specific examples of where their analysis is actually not true, and you've shown that skill or demonstrated something to get that winning attitude. So this is for managers who are very hands-off, who have no idea what's happening with their team, and they just try to come up with generic thing, which probably they have told to 80% of the team. If your manager is somebody who's involved and they give you fantastic feedback, please be very grateful. Feedback is a gift which a good manager can give to his or her team member. They are invested in your career success. So be grateful, accept the feedback. You don't have to action on it if you don't want, but listen to the feedback and then ask them, look, that's an interesting point, or that's a great point. If you agree with it, thank you very much for highlighting it. I'm sure it will help me to look at some of the blind spots I have about my career. And then again, ask for their help. Would you have any ideas on how I can overcome this? Are there any resources available which I can use? I love asking for resources because, look, as an employee, you may not know all the resources which the company has for you. But when you ask that from your manager, you're getting his brain too on what are the available resources. So don't be shy in asking for these things. And now on to a question I get from so many people. How do I balance humility versus telling them what I have achieved? Here's the thing. Your humility is already factored in your performance review. there will be a discussion on areas of development. So when you're going for your performance review, go with the mindset that you need to make your management aware of what all you've done to contribute to the company. Of course, if there have been some very concrete projects which you may have missed, or you may not have been able to deliver, you can bring up that discussion. But otherwise, we all are imperfect. You don't have to, artificially add something just to appear humble. At the same time, the whole tone has to be somebody who wants to learn, who's curious, who's there to make a mark for himself or herself, and at the same time, someone who can stand up for themselves. So I hope with this, you have a few good tips to have a great performance review. Please do share in comments. How did your performance review go? How did your manager take the whole conversation around promotion and salary increase? And if you have any specific questions, please do type them in the comment section as well. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video.